up in my family, one of my favorite moments of Seder night, which as a child kept me awake until deep into the Haggadah, was the moment my sisters and I would set aside the beautiful pictures of the Arthur Zik Haggadah and be sent to open the front door of the house and let in Elijah the prophet, Eliyahu Navi, to come and drink from the glass of wine we had poured for him at the beginning of the evening. But what is behind this custom, and what does the arrival of Elijah the prophet symbolize today? So it all starts with a dispute between the number 4 and the number 5. As many of you know, the number 4 stars in the Haggadah. 4 children, 4 questions, 4 cups of wine. But it turns out that in the time of the sages, there was a dispute between the rabbis whether to drink 4 or 5 glasses of wine. Rabbi Talfon says in certain versions of Tractate Pesachim that a 5th cup of wine is to be had while reciting the Hallel prayer. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs says that the commentators argued. Rashi concludes that if it's obligatory to drink 4, then it's forbidden to drink a 5th. And the Rambam, Maimonides, says that the 5th cup is permissible but not an obligation. And the Ravad also claims the 5th is not an obligation, but it is desirable. It's called Hidur Mitzvah, the enhancement of the mitzvah. So what difference does it really make if we drink 4 or 5? And maybe this whole argument is trivial and unnecessary. But actually, the controversy over the number of glasses hides within it a much deeper and more profound controversy, one that relates to the essence of redemption itself. And it turns out the number 4 originates from the 4 stages of redemption. The rabbis set 1 glass of wine for each stage of redemption. V'otzeti v'itzalti v'ga'alti v'lakachti. 4 expressions of the power of God taken from 4 verses in the Bible that describe the exodus from Egypt. And I freed you from Egypt, and I delivered you from slavery, and I redeemed you, and I took you to be my people. That's 4. But it also says later in the book of Exodus, I will bring you into the land of Israel. So the question whether to drink a 5th glass becomes interesting because it actually asks, is the 5th act of strength considered the 5th and final stage of redemption? In other words, having been brought into the land of Israel, are we now fully redeemed? Now that we have established a sovereign state for the Jewish people, have we fulfilled the vision of our people? Have we attained physical and spiritual redemption? And if so, then let's drink a 5th cup to symbolize and celebrate the state of Israel. Or are we not there yet? Do we need to stop at 4 glasses because in fact we have not yet been fully redeemed? We still have not achieved peace in our land. There is still strife within the Jewish people as well as between us and our neighbors. So maybe we should treat the 5th cup as symbolizing our future redemption, a symbol of the repaired world that we strive to attain. It certainly is true, though, that the 5th cup invites a discussion about the fundamental question about what is the meaning of redemption. Is it something we wait for, or is it something we work for? Is it an unattainable utopia? So what do we do on Seder night? Do we drink 4 glasses of wine or 5? The editors of the Haggadah, in the manner of the sages, looked for a compromise, and they determined we will call it a draw, a tie, in Hebrew, teko. We will pour 5 cups of wine out of respect for Rambam and Ravad, but we will drink only 4 out of respect for Rashi. And the 5th cup that is poured but not drunk is known as the cup of Elijah the prophet, because it is well known that when Elijah will step through our door on Pesach, all disputes in the world will be settled. After all, the initials of teko, which means tie in Hebrew, are Tishbi, Yitaretz, Kushiyot, Uvayot, a reference to Elijah the Tishbite who will solve difficulties and problems. So in a wink to tradition, we say that when Elijah the prophet comes, he will bring with him the redemption. And the question of redemption will be resolved, and it will be time to drink that 5th cup of wine, the cup of redemption. And I love this story we tell ourselves every year on Passover, because it is clear that there are arguments that we will never be able to settle ourselves. In every generation, there are disagreements among the people of Israel that do not go away. And Elijah's cup is there to remind us that it is possible to compromise in order to live together peacefully. We can be creative in finding solutions that respect both sides of an argument. Sometimes each side needs to give in a little so that the truth and peace can coexist. And the fifth cup also reminds us that we often need a tiebreaker, a kind of game changer, to overcome the deadlock of controversy. Many times, even the most heated arguments can be resolved or become irrelevant when a tiebreaker emerges, often in the form of a change in political, social, or religious circumstances. The Prushim and Tzdukim needed the exile to put an end to their arguments. The Hasidim and the Mitnagdim needed the Enlightenment to bridge their divide. So today, at my Seder table, I pour not 4, not 5, but 6 cups. I add my own version of a tiebreaker or game changer, and I add the cup of Miriam, a cup that I fill with water to remind us of the heroine of the biblical story, the leader who together with her brother Moses brought us out of Egypt, and also to remind us, when it comes to cups of wine, as well as many other controversies, women may very well be the game changer of modern Jewish tradition. Chag Sameach.